Hi there everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your Instagram absolutely beautiful. Although I can't promise that your theme's going to be perfect because I literally change my theme on Instagram every 2 weeks. I just think it's so much harder to keep a theme on Instagram. I'd rather just make every single picture beautiful rather than the whole thing. Right now my Instagram is really bright, really colourful, really nice colours, and 2 weeks ago it was a really contrasty dark green Instagram. And of course I'm going to plug my Instagram here, so if you would like to follow me on Instagram, it's at Samkingftw, and I post probably once a day or once every 2 days, you know. I like to put lovely pictures up there, sometimes a couple of selfies, and yeah, look, you can follow it, whatever, it's cool. And also before this video does start, I want to let you know that this is a half collaboration with my friend George. He runs a channel called Negative Feedback and it's a photography channel. Basically went out and shot a video for his channel and I'm using a lot of the footage from that in this video. So please do make sure to check out the video. I'll link it in the description below. It's so much fun and George is an absolutely amazing photographer and the channel is just amazing, so make sure you check that out too. There's quite a few different steps into getting the perfect Instagram photo. So first of all, I want to focus on cameras. In this video, I'm going to be looking at 3 different cameras. I'm going to be using my iPhone, Canon 81, and I'm also going to be using a Hasselblad 500C. All of these cameras are amazing and they're all good for different little things. For example, my Canon 81 I love for portraits, and I love my iPhone for architecture stuff. I think the iPhone camera does that amazingly. And for the Hasselblad, well, that camera is just an absolute beast. So for example, I'm going to take this plant over here. This is a plant that I bought today, actually. I quite like it. What do you think? It's good, isn't it? So as you can see, I'm taking a photo here on my Canon 81, and the photo has come out a lot more. There's a lot more depth there, and you know, it looks like a film picture, which is always nice. Whereas with the iPhone, you can still see that it's a nice photo, but it hasn't got the kind of depth that the Canon 81 does. Most of the time, if I'm out and about, I'll shoot on my iPhone just because it's easy. I don't have to carry a camera around, and you know, you're not always looking out to take photos. If you just see something, you just grab your iPhone, take the photo. But I've actually been a lot more into photography recently, so I've actually just been going out, taking loads of photos, and then uploading them to Instagram and stuff. And again, here is another comparison to shooting on the iPhone and shooting on the AE1. So now we know all about the cameras and which ones are going to do the best for what kind of shot. We now move on to the shooting of the images. Now when I'm out and about and I'm actually looking for photos, I always find that these are the kind of key things that I find draws my attention to somewhere to take a photo. Good lighting, because I always think light makes such an amazing photo. You have reflections, which always look really, really cool. Symmetry, again, similar to reflection, but obviously it's not reflecting. And obviously if there's something there with beautiful colors, that's always nice. And another obvious one, if there's something cool going on, obviously that as well. And also once you've found something to take a photo of, you need to also check out different options. You know, if you see something, you don't want to just take a photo straight on all the time. For me, I always shoot at low angles. I don't know why, I just think it's a really cool perspective. But always try different shots. You know, if you're shooting on an iPhone which has a capacity to shoot thousands of images without it taking up very much space, get a few different shots, find out what's going to look best. So now we come on to editing. So normally I would edit all my photos on Lightroom if they're shot on a camera, but because this video is more about Instagram, I think most people are going to be shooting on an iPhone. So I'm going to focus on editing on your iPhone because I feel like it makes more sense. But if you are looking to up your photography game, honestly do check out Lightroom. It's amazing. You can have so much more control over it, and you can also get VSCO plugins and stuff like that. So for editing photos on my phone, I solely use VSCO. I a lot of people use Facetune, a lot of people use Afterlight. There's loads of different photography apps you can get there, but I just find that VSCO, it does enough for me, and I think I just love it. I think VSCO is great. Other than the fact that most of their updates, it always gets worse. It's such a confusing app now, and it just looks really ugly. So VSCO, sort it out, mate. So now I'm going to show you through how I would edit this photo, and this is one I took a couple of weeks ago when I was editing in this cafe. I thought the light was really nice. There was some nice colors going on. Basically just a simple little cafe shot, which I thought was really nice. So first of all, when I do these photos, I tend to go into the editing before I go into the filters because I prefer, I don't know, so it depends on the photo, I guess, but normally I go to the edit and then the filters. So first of all, I'm going to touch up the contrast. I'm quite a big fan of contrasty photos, and then I'll go to the clarity. I think clarity is a really, really important part of wide shots. I just really like sharp photos, basically. I don't know why, I just do. So then I'll also put the sharpness up by 1 or something maybe, and then I'll also add in definitely a little bit of grain. I like adding a little bit of grain to most photos, usually around 2. I mean, it's a nice bit of grain, but then it's not too much, because I think sometimes people do too much grain on their photos. It's come on, mate, just sort it out. So this photo of my phone, it was already pretty nice. There wasn't really a huge amount I needed to do to it, but normally with filters and stuff, if there's a lot of nice light in a photo, I tend to go to A6, or if there's a lot of white or something. So I have A6 as a personal favorite. E7 I also really like, because if you want a little fade on it like that, I think that it's quite similar to A6, but it has a nice fade. So actually I prefer E7 over A6 there. But you know, this is the classic, is the HB2. But for this, I think it's a little bit too blue. So I'm going to go back to E7, and I really like the look of this photo now. So now I'm going to go back into the editing to see if there's any other little tweaks I can make. So here I've actually decided I'm going to drop down the saturation by just 1. You can't see a huge difference when I do it. But like for this kind of photo, I feel like it's got some nice light coming through the windows and the woods there. I think it doesn't need a lot of saturation. So I'm going to also see what it looks like if I drop the exposure down a little bit. So yeah, actually with the exposure down just by 1, it actually looks like a little bit nicer. The light's not too overpowering. And just to finish it off, I'm also going to give it like a +1 on the fade. And I just think like overall, to save that photo, let's have a look at it in full high def. So here are the 2 photos next to each other, and as you can see, obviously it looks so much nicer with all of the edits on it. And yeah, I mean, that is how I edit on VSCO. And yeah, okay, that is the end of the video. I honestly think this might be one of the longest videos talking wise that I've made, because I've talked absolute rambles for about half an hour. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. And if you have, it would be absolutely amazing if you click the thumbs up button. And also quickly, don't forget that I did this video in collaboration with George from Negative Feedback. His video link will be in the description below. So please go check out that, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you aren't already. And yeah, I will see you all very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different than normal, but I loved it. So see you soon. Bye.